Fortnite Season 3 has 4 days left, so today I'm giving you guys my top 10 worst parts of Chapter 7 Season 3. I'll do the best parts as the last video of the season, but you probably should end on a good note. Also, if you like sub and add me on Fort, or just comment, because why not? I can give you guys a bunch of free sprites, because I don't need this anymore. I can resummon them for free, and I have them all mastered, because I have no clue what the female gender is. Apparently, they have something called estrogen in their blood. Wonder what that does.
Donut.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
I'm convinced Tim Sweeney gave Voidblade fentanyl because she does not miss a shot. I don't know why the person with a long-range AR, close range, seems to be able to hit every last bullet in her magazine, but Steltara and Wolfie can't hit a shot. I swear, I can piss on Steltara and Wolfie and have them done in 5 seconds. Voidblade is so annoying. She goes hippity-hoppity around with her jump boost, slashes me for solid 7 damage, then does knockback and does that all over again. On top of that, she has a mythic assault rifle that does about 25-inch bullet, so it can about 4-tap you. And it's a burst, so it shoots so fast. Generally, I don't know why. This is the first hard boss we've had since Chapter 2, back when we had Wolverine. And Wolverine was something out of my fucking nightmares. God, the bosses were hard back then. But it's kind of good because I like boss fights being a challenge. But maybe don't give the bosses, aimbot. They also made it so they, spawn in random locations, which in my opinion, I don't want RNG to be behind Mythics. I want you to have to fight for Mythics because it will also drive up people to go to certain locations. So next season, Fortnite, please don't give their bosses aimbot. And please just make bosses spawn in one POI so more people go to those POIs. And make the Mythics actually good.
You are unintelligent, brute.
No, I'm not.
What is the quantity of 9 added to 10?
21.
Whatever Fortnite was smoking making this Battle Pass lineup, I want. Because we got a celestial being born of the energy of creation, a random girl that glazes the Dark Voyager. I'm pretty sure he's a child pedophile. A random white chick, the Facebook mum book talk, a hooker, Dr. Sloan, and John Wick. But he looks like a cartoon. And also got a Simpson style. Generally, I made this joke at the start of the season, and that video got the same amount of views as Bonnie Blue versus 1000 Men, but this season's Battle Pass is generally shocking. Next season's looked interesting to say at least two. At least there's some baddies in it like this one, but 2 of the skins in this Battle Pass relate to the theme, and that's Guardian and Cluster. The rest have nothing to do with it. What the fuck did Wolfie do the whole season? I'm convinced this was made for the people that jerk off to books, so 30-year-old women. Dr. Sloan made sense, I guess, story-wise, but all she did was just, play perfectly into Joe's cards. And why is John Wick in this Battle Pass? Generally, why? I get for the Simpsons collab, but why was John Wick in the Simpsons collab? Out of all the collabs, why John Wick? Am I, missing something? And then I'm convinced PJ was just straight up a shop scene slapped in Battle Pass. We had this last season with Dasher. No one likes Dasher. But PJ is literally that example. Half her cosmetics are reskinned or recolors of existing cosmetics. And I guess she fits the summer vibes, but the summer vibes are DC. Why don't we have a DC collab in this? Also, I hope Voidblade gets permanently killed in the storyline next season. The only new weapon we got throughout this whole season was the bank shot pistol. And we already had 2 pistols in the loot pool. I don't know why, but Fortnite decided sprites were going to be the only content this season. Jeremy, this season was straight unvault with some peaked ones like the Spider-Man web shooters. Besides that, it was a lot of unvaults, a lot of sprites, and 1 new gun. The bank shot, which is actually a pretty good concept for a gun. But at that point in the loot pool, we already had the Ranger that was crazy, plus the brand new Lockheed pistol and 9mm Baba Yaga. We already had pistols in the loot pool. I don't know why we got another pistol. We don't need 3 pistols in the loot pool.
Was that 7?
What is a BMW?
BMW is a car.
Spell BMW.
BMW, D-A-Y.
So instead of adding new weapons as content throughout the season, we got different coloured blobs, aka sprites, as we had the same formula every single week for all 8 weeks, and the only difference was whatever colour the sprites were, plus like 5 new ones. Generally, I'm surprised we can get more sprites. The problem with that is that it made every week basically feel like the same, with some really hard and some really easy. For example, holofoils, you didn't even have to trade for those, you could get them in a single game. While the cubes, I'm convinced those were just a joke on the first few days of getting those. As I kind of fell into a schedule, don't know if it's just me, but I would always get my sprites around Sunday just by like trading, and I would get like maybe one actual find that and then go off that. And then Mastery Mondays, I would maybe use that to like finish off 1 or 2. And then the new sprite days, I would just ignore those. 1, because I have a life, and 2, you would never find those when they first come out. So it kind of put it in a cycle, but I feel like Fortnite could have done it in a better way, where they could have done it so throughout the week, Monday to Friday, they release a new sprite each day, or like 2 of them, and it progressively gets more rare. And then on the weekend, that can be your power hour to get those sprites, plus you can chuck a Mastery Mondays, keep it on the day. Because then it would make it so it's not all in one day, and it spreads out the content more. Fair for content creators, not me though, because trust me, no one wants to watch finding sprites the 1,000th time. But it would be pretty cool.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom! Boom! Boom!
So this year's summer event was buns in multiple ways. Of course, we got the absolutely crazy DC summer skins that had a whole controversy about how this is a kids game and we don't need soft corn in this game. But my problem was more with the actual summer event, as all we got was the Batman buggy. That was actually pretty fun. It's a pretty cool vehicle. We also got the Batman grappling hook back because it's Batman themed. And besides that, we got nothing else besides a Batman sprite that does what the grappling gun does, but you just don't get the grapple part of it. That was our whole summer event, plus some challenges that were the easiest things ever. But the summer event generally was pretty buns this time around. Like compared to like Chapter 2 Season 7 summer, Chapter 2 Season 3 summer, Chapter 1 Season 9, those were generally peak. Like we actually had map changes. All we got on this map was some floaties near Batman NPC and a Batcave that was tiny. I think a solid 2 people went in it. I think there was no point of going to that Batcave. What I'm trying to say is basically we probably need more content in the summer event, as Fortnite seasonal events are very end-loaded in the year with Halloween and Christmas plus the new chapter all back to back to back.
Look, you've been failing every class. I'll give you one more chance. If you want to pass my class, you have to do these questions. 2 plus 2.
Teacher, answer you're looking for is 4.
That is correct. What about 10 plus 10?
Teacher, I suspect the answer to this question is 4. Teacher.
You can't be this stupid. Let me give you an easy one. What's your name?
I think I know this one, teacher. Is the answer 4?
I don't know what the fuck Fortnite was thinking with the Chaos Rifle, but the season before we got the Chaos Reloader that had the cool feature of having like an automatic reload. Do you know what Fortnite adds in the next season? A rifle that does explosive damage near your shot with 32 bullets in the magazine at Legendary. What the fuck were they thinking? This also at launch did 27. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading the nerf damage. This did 30 to the body at grey rarity, meaning it did 33. with headshot multipliers, that's about 50 a shot. Plus, there's the explosive damage on top of that. This gun was fucking broken, and they had to nerf it like 4 times. The gun started off at Legendary doing 33 damage, end of the season doing 28. I also had to nerf the structure damage, but for some reason on launch, there's been shredded builds, shredded people, and it had so much ammo. Thank God they nerfed it, because I also for some reason chucked a Mythic halfway through the season that was really easy to get. Thank you, Fortnite, for not making us have to deal with that Chaos explosive rifle.
I broke up with my ex-girl. Here's a number.
What's that shit say?
Psych! That's the wrong number!
So Fortnite this season decided to give us the Chapter 8 map early. The problem is, most of these POIs are reskins or just straight up forgettable. Even my GOAT Cluster Coast is basically just half the assets of Heatwave Harbour and Heatwave Harbour sites. Sunken Shores is just a bunch of houses with some water filled up. We've had those assets before. Sand Sanctuary is literally if you just move New Sanctuary from last season and chuck it in the jungle biome. Sinister Strip is Dark Dominion, and Sandy Strip, it's just Sandy Strip with Dark Dominion's color scheme. Golden Grove is just the 7 assets. I'm pretty sure the house in Golden Grove is just a bigger version of one of the side houses in Sanctuary. Forested Flats is Tony Crossroads 2.0. Wonderland is identical from last season. Same with Latte Landing. Bellwoods is just Bellwood Boulevard shuffled around. Calamari Canyon is just you just change the biome. No One Likes Chop Shop. And Lifty Lodge is just the Stee houses, but just shuffled around again. Basically what I'm saying is, this season did not introduce any, like, big POIs that people are going to love forever. I know Cluster Coast is goated, but generally, if you ask someone what their favorite POI is, I don't think a single person is saying a single POI from this map, besides maybe Wonkyland, and that's just the identical POI from 2 seasons ago.
Stop! I want HP!
So, the worst part of Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 3 is sprites. Okay, no, stop throwing the tomatoes. Basically, I have a problem with sprites in general. They're just parts of them that I feel like Fortnite's like really messed up. The trading, generally, it's towards the whole black market scheme, which you have to basically have at least 10 missing chromosomes to fall for, or buy a Fortnite sprite on eBay. What the fuck would you buy a sprite on eBay? But generally, that's just not good for the community. Some sprites are way too rare, like I kindly did with that ChatGPT. Thank you, chat. As always, doing all my homework and assessments and answering questions, because I don't want to film that segment. Also, sprite dust, generally, I think resummoning needs to be reworked. Like, make it so you can have multiple quantities of a sprite, but make it A, harder to resummon, 2, give us more useful gizmos, because the extra sprite dust from extracting gizmo and the normal locator are generally buns. And last of all, add a shrub hub sprite, please. They added it. They're adding one next season. So yeah, those are my problems with Chapter 7 Season 3. Tomorrow or the next day, whenever I get the video done, I'll give you guys my best ones. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe with your left hand, beside what you're doing with your right. And I'll see you guys for our last video of Season 3.